Hello Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. Today we're going to take a look at the restaurants and the bars on the beautiful Carnival Horizon. There are a plethora. I have trouble saying the TH. I get fifth, I can't do it. TH sounds like F, F sounds like TH to me half the time. What can I do? It's a plethora of restaurants and bars on Carnival Horizon. I'm going to walk you through them all, and I'm going to show you menus in each one. So, well, not all. I haven't got menus in the main dining room because, it's different every night. But the ones where it's kind of the same, give you an idea of what food you get in each one. But, from the Teppenyaki to the Sushi to the Pig and Anchor to the GG's. Oh, I love my GG's. I was in heaven because I got to go to GG's for lunch and dinner multiple times. I was a happy man. Anyway, I could talk about GG's all day long. To me, just to me, best value restaurant in the fleet. As far as I'm concerned, of any cruise ship. Can't really say that properly because I've only been on one Virgin cruise and 56 Carnival cruises. So maybe I'm a little bit more knowledgeable on Carnival restaurants. Anyway, GG's. Oh my God, I love GG's. I want to go back just to go to GG's. The new Venezia is coming out. When it came out, I went to look at the restaurants and it had GG's on there. And I was like, yes! I went to book it. Not going to be there. I'm going to take it away. Replace it. No GG's. My heart dropped. But I'll be back on Horizon soon. Anyways, have a look at this. Bars and restaurants on Carnival Horizon with menus on several of the restaurants to give you an appetizing look at what to expect. All right, we're going to start with the Blue Iguana Cantina. We could do these alphabetically so there's no bias. This is where you can get your burritos and tacos, and I'm going to show you just briefly here how they make them for you as well. This is one I asked for. You can either ask for a jalapeno or a wheat wrap typically. I always ask for the jalapeno. No real reason. It's not that spicy, but they'll heat it up for you real quick, and then they'll put whatever you want on it from this list of ingredients you see in front of you. I typically always do mine vegetarian, but I'll have eggs and blah, blah, blah. So you can see he's just asking me what I want. And he's putting it on the burrito for me. This wonderful crew member that makes my cruise awesome. They used to do taco shells at lunch as well, but I seem to have noticed lately they've stopped doing them. They're never available. So whether they've stopped or they're on a hold or what, I don't know. But you can always ask for this in a bowl as opposed to a wrap if you want to go a little bit healthier. So there we go. That's my burrito made. He's going to wrap it up for me and away I go. There's also a toppings bar just off to the left if you want to add any, like I always add some cilantro and stuff like that on there. But there's a little toppings bar off to the left you can go to as well. And this is for lunch and breakfast. Right now we're going to move over to cherry on top alphabetically. So in here you can get ice creams for a small fee. You have to know where it is because if you don't go in there, you wouldn't see it. But it's in the back of cherry on top, and they've got a list of all the choices of cookies and ice cream they have in there. If you're familiar with a chain called Baked Bear, it's a very similar principle to that, where they're basically going to make you an ice cream sandwich, and they're going to put it in between two cookies of your choice. So there are your cookie choices. So you let them know which ones of those you want, and then underneath there are your ice cream choices. So again, you're going to let them know what ice cream flavor you want. And they're going to make you basically an ice cream sandwich. And there's some little sprinkle toppings that you can add to the ice cream once the sandwich is made, as you are about to see. This is live action. Well, live recorded action. But this is how they make them for you real quick. So I'm going to tell her what I want. And she is lovely going to make it for me. So I choose my... And you don't have to have the same cookie. Look at this. How crazy is this? Different one on top and different one on bottom. I forget the exact price of these. I think it was in the region of $4. Don't quote me on that, but you can always go in there. And it's the only time I've seen it is on Horizon. So I'm not saying it's not on other ships. If you've seen it, put it in the comments. But I've only really seen this on Horizon. So they'll do this. You'll choose your ice cream. I typically go for vanilla because does that make me boring? I don't know. It just means I like vanilla ice cream. Definition of vanilla is plain, isn't it? But I like it. Look at this nice little portion they give you. Not a healthy snack, as they say, but but obviously a pretty nice one. If you have a sweet tooth. So they'll just do this. They'll flatten it up a little bit for you. They'll put it between the cookies, add your choice of little add-on, as you'll see in a second, and away you go. So again, this is in cherry on top, which is in the store area. There you go. And I'm going to have a couple of little chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip, not cookies, chips around the edges. And a nice healthy mid-afternoon snack for you to get yourself ready for dinner. Ice creams in cherry on top. There you go. Again, a small fee. They're not free. But look at that. All right. Now we're going to move up to Cuccina Del Capitano. This is up above the Lido. This is up on deck 11 at the back of the ship. It's next to Gigi's. But this is the main Italian restaurant. You have to make reservations here. There is a fee. I believe it's $18 now. It changes all the time, so don't quote me on that forever. You can make a reservation in advance under your account in Carnival, or you can book it on the ship on the hub, or you can just go up there and make a reservation. But again, the back of deck 11 next to Gigi's, and here's the restaurant menu. So you can freeze this and zoom in if you wish to, but these are all the different options that you have throughout the night on this particular restaurant. Again, $18 is the fee right now. We're moving on to the Deli right there. This is up on the middle of Lido deck on the main Lido marketplace. There's your hot and cold options. And they also have a Dr. Seuss breakfast. They'll do this typically on one of the last couple of days of the cruise in the morning. You can book it online on the hub, and here is your menu. But again, this is the Dr. Seuss breakfast, mainly for kids, but we've been a couple of times. It's kind of fun. They have all the characters come out. Now, this is a little hidden gem in the marketplace at lunchtime. They have a Gelato Station. Again, you can tell I have a sweet tooth, but these are awesome, and these are free, unlike the ones in cherry on top. You just go up there and ask them what you want, the flavors. They have a couple of flavors every day, and then they got a load of toppings there that you can choose from. So you can put whatever toppings you want from this list onto your gelato. And this is available every day in the Lido marketplace in the lunch session. Right there. Free! Free is good, right? So I think I had a mango gelato myself. There I am. Put my toppings on. Normally I do like a marshmallow or something, or chocolate chips, something like that. There you go. I knew I'd do marshmallow. So there you go. That's a free option on the Lido marketplace area, gelato, not to be turned down. Aside for all the buffets that they have, which, obviously we know about. Guy's Burger, there is your burger options, or there are your burger options, and this is it. As always, this is up on the Lido deck, next to the Blue Iguana Cantina, and next to the Red Frog, if you want to put it in perspective of where it is. But this is the Guy's Burger joint, available on all Carnival ships, as I understand it. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it's also going to be on the new Venice class ships. And there's your toppings bar. Obviously, this was done in the morning before they opened up, but you'll have toppings there. They no longer do mushrooms. This was the entrance to Cuccina Del Capitano and Gigi's. We already covered Cuccina Del Capitano, but I'm going to show you Gigi's right now. This is at the back of deck 10. We are moving up to deck 11 from the back of the main Lido restaurant. So you're going to come up here, you turn a corner, and you would go right for Cuccina and left for Gigi's. So right behind us is the entrance to Cuccina. This is Gigi's. This is my absolute favorite restaurant in all of Carnival. I'm just saying. I love it. Don't you dare say a bad word about it. I will live in this place if I could. For $18, I think, personally, just my opinion, it's the best value restaurant on any cruise ship that I've been on. And I will continue to say that, I reckon. They also do a lunch option. There you go. There's your lunch option. It's kind of, they call it Mongolian wok, but it really isn't. It's a set choice, and they'll put it in a bowl like that for you. But decent. Not bad by any means, but this is the lunch option, not the dinner option. This is free. They do the same in Cuccina. I forgot to add that when I was in that restaurant. So there's just a few pictures of lunch options, mainly because I didn't have lunch in Cuccina, because I had lunch in here so many times. But these are all your different options on the lunch menu in Gigi's, and this is the main dinner menu, what you would pay for. They kind of do it family style. If there's a big group of you, or for 2 of you or whatever, you would pick, depending on how many people in the group, a certain number of entrees, certain number of appetizers, and you will get a dessert each. I promise you, you will not leave empty or hungry. All right, we're going to take a look into 2 main dining rooms. This is the aft main dining room, where you'll have your time dining. 7 a.m. See the things I do for you. It's just a quick look. This is the deck 4 look. We'll look down to deck 3 in a second. So this is on 2 decks. The other restaurant is only on 1 deck. But this, again, there's a little bar there where they have. But this is the your time dining at the back of deck 3 and 4 on Carnival Horizon. Now we're going to go a little bit midship-ish. And this is the set dining time, only on 1 level, as you'll see. This is for early and late dining. I'm a much bigger fan of the other restaurant because I like the 2 levels. And, you can't really give a menu, but this is the C-Day brunch that they do, the new menu on that, just to give you an idea of what you would see. But obviously the menu in the main dining room is different every day, so it's hard to show. But the C-Day brunch is pretty good. I strongly recommend, because I always get it, the crab cake and avocado sandwich, which is a fee. It's like $8, but I think it's amazing. And the tomato soup is back. Oh, I'm so happy it's back. There it is. And this is the crab and avocado sandwich that I get, $8. Look at that. It's phenomenal. Moving on to the Pig and Anchor. This is where you get your barbecue. There's the main bar. Now at lunchtime, there's a free option. And I'm going to show you where that is. At night, you will take one of these seats and one of the servers will come up and serve you. And there is a pay menu in the evening on this ship. Same on the Panorama. On the Celebration and Mardi Gras, this is free. But on here in the evening, you do pay, but it's really good. And because you pay, I think it's slightly better than it would be on Celebration and Mardi Gras. But for the lunch portion, you would come out here and go over to the left. And they'll self-serve you barbecue for free at lunchtime. Obviously, again, it's not going to be as good as the one you get in the evening because it's free. But it's still pretty darn good. And the menu's on the front there. So you just go get in line, order what you want, and sit and eat. That's the Pig and Anchor Barbecue Smokehouse for lunch. And then this is the dinner menu that you would pay for. I mean, we ate in there 3 or 4 times, honestly. We were on for 2 weeks. It's really, really good, in my humble opinion. It's not Gigi's, but it's still really good. So there you go. There's your menu in the Pig and Anchor in the evening. Banana cream pie. I love it. Now the pizza. Pizza Del Capitano. This is up at the back of Deck 10 on the main Lido Marketplace. Obviously, they're not open 24 hours anymore like they used to be, but it's still open a good number of hours and pretty damn good quality pizzas, if you ask me. There's 5 different choices you can get there. They'll make slight variations if you ask them, but typically they like to keep to those 5. Up in the back of Serenity, we have the salad store. Now, there's no proteins in these salads. Just beware, it's vegetables only and no proteins up there. I didn't go here, but I'm told there's no proteins. So that was the salad bar up on the back of Serenity. Seafood Shack. There's your menu for Seafood Shack. This is at the back of the main Lido Marketplace on Deck 10, right kind of next to the pizza place, as in the opposite side of the ship. And there is your menu. You can get some fresh cooked stuff there. Now, we did order food from here. And I'm just going to tell you one thing. That's the lobster roll that Julie had, and it was amazing. I ordered the peel and eat shrimp. They came out warm, and they were doused in butter. I had to move them into another plate. I mean, literally doused. So be aware of that. Steakhouse, Fahrenheit 555. Here we go. We're going to come in here. Now, this is up on Deck 5, right next to the Alchemy Bar and the Bonsai Sushi and the Teppenyaki. So you can come up here, make your reservations. They have indoor and outdoor seating. And during dinner at the back, they will have a piano bar player. It's different than the actual piano bar player, but they'll have somebody playing piano, and it kind of backs onto the piano bar. So about 9 o'clock, they'll stop doing the piano, close that door, and the piano bar will open. And this is your outdoor area for the seating. I do recommend being indoors where you can, because it can get a bit chilly and windy at night. But if you like sitting outside and it's a beautiful evening, go for it. but most people want to sit inside in my experience. So this is the Steakhouse, and here is the menu for the Steakhouse. You get 2 appetizers, 1 main course, and 1 dessert. And if you go on day 1, and very often now on day 2 also, they'll offer a free bottle of house wine or 50% off of any bottle that you want in the restaurant. $42 a person, I believe this is now. And then, again, 2 appetizers, 1 main, and 1 dessert is what you get. And 1 or 2 sides. They say 1 side. They don't normally complain if you ask for 2 sides. So that's the menu in the Steakhouse. Now we're going to go over to the Sushi. ST to SU. See, I'm still doing it alphabetically. Again, this is kind of opposite the Steakhouse now, right next to the Alchemy Bar, sandwiched between the two. So it's a perfect place to get a pre-dinner drink, and then come and sit in here and eat. And the sushi typically is open from 12 till 12. So it's a really nice sushi meal, if you ask me. I'm not a big fan of the California rolls. That's just me, but everything else on their menu is really good to me, but each to their own. I am not telling you what to eat. And again, as with the Steakhouse, there is an outdoor section to eat. I think this would be nice during the day, but I'm not so sure it would be so great at night because, again, it does get a bit windy outside. But they got that whole section there where you can sit outside and eat if you wish to. We ate inside, so just us. And here is your menu for the sushi. And you've got some appetizers there. Again, this is not a free restaurant, but it's not overly expensive at all when you break it down. We normally get a couple of rolls and maybe 1 starter and edamame. Yeah, not bad. They got noodle bowls if you want them. And you can let the chefs choose. They've got poke bowls. They got the Asahi Japanese beer. When it's in stock, it's not always there, be warned. And then, obviously, they got some cocktails and some sake choices and stuff like that. And there's a couple of pictures, a couple of the rolls right there that we had. Now, we're going to move on to the Teppenyaki, which is right behind the sushi. So all this is in one little enclosed area. Now, in this particular one, there are 2 Teppenyaki tables. On the Celebration Mardi Gras now, they have 3, because larger ships. But in here, there's 2. $38 a person, I believe it is now, but I would definitely recommend booking this in advance because there's only 2. They do a lunch session and an evening session. They're basically running all day now because they're very popular, so they had no choice. Well, that's a good choice. And here is your menu. Basically, you get all these appetizers, you choose an entree, and then they give you a dessert. It's a really fun, you've been Teppenyaki, you know what I'm talking about. It's a pretty cool experience as well as just eating really good food, and plenty of it too. So some extra cocktails and stuff in there as well. So it's all in one pretty cool enclosed area that you have right there. Now we're going to look at some bars. Here's the Alchemy Bar. Again, this is sandwiched between the Sushi and the Steakhouse up there on deck 5. Very popular place, as I'm sure you're all aware if you've cruised before. So, yep, that's the Alchemy. Get the cocktails of your choice. A really nice place to meet up before dinner, in my experience. That's what most people tend to do. But you can go there any time after they open. They typically open around about 4 o'clock-ish, depending on the day. There's the Steakhouse in the foreground right there. Now we'll move up to the main Lido deck, and here is your Blue Iguana Bar. The Blue Iguana Tequila Bar, and it happened to be on the morning of the towel animals. Now we're going to come down to the Ocean Plaza. This is a coffee shop extension right there. There's the main bar, but the coffee shop extension is there, and the main coffee shop is right here. This is right by Ocean Plaza. Again, this is on deck 5. A lot of stuff is on deck 5. This is a short walk down from where the Alchemy Bar was. But there's your coffee shop. The Havana Bar, the back of deck 5. Get it? Deck 5 is busy. So you're going to come in here to the Havana Bar. This will lead you out to your Havana area where you are not allowed to go during the day. So it's a 2-sided bar we're going to come to. One side for everybody that's not staying in Havana. Or if you're in Havana, you can choose to stay there. And then another one at the back for Havana guests only. And this is where the band would play at night. Or any events they do. Like they did like a... What do they do in there? Beer pong and stuff like that in there. But there's the bar. This is the main lobby bar, atrium bar. set up for the Dr. Seuss breakfast. As you can see, they changed the colors on those towers there in the middle. They go all the way up to the ceiling. But that's the atrium lobby bar. Guest services are off there in the corner. It's on deck 3. And then you've got the shore excursions desk there as well. And the band will play, or musicians, whoever is playing, will play right up there. So that's your lobby bar. This is the main Ocean Plaza bar. Again, that's an extra coffee station off to the right. We showed this from a distance earlier, but this is right next to where the band typically plays. They do a lot of trivia up there as well. Pig and Anchor, we showed you this a little bit earlier on the restaurant part, but that's the main bar in the Pig and Anchor right there. You can also do brewery tours in here if you wish to. Set yourself up right there. Some extra tables for eating and drinking. Pig and Anchor. We spent a lot of time in there because the bartenders were awesome. Red Frog Pub, opposite the Blue Iguana Tequila Bar. This is, again, up on the Lido deck. And then this is the bar at the back of Serenity. It's a nice Serenity Bar. Of all the ships I've been on, it's probably the nicest one. A lot of them are so small. Even on the Mardi Gras right now, they're tiny. But I think this is, in my opinion, the best Serenity Bar in the fleet. Looking right out there. And the salad bar is right next to it, as I showed you a bit earlier. Tides Bar is at the back of deck 10, where Lido deck is. Remember, Lido's on deck 10 on this ship, not deck 9 like normally. So that's the Tides Bar. So that pretty much concludes my little tour of bars and restaurants on Carnival Horizon. Hope you enjoyed it. There you go. Restaurants and bars on Carnival Horizon. As you can see, a lot of choice, a lot of great restaurants, especially one. Gigi's. Oh, how I love my Gigi's. How I miss my Gigi's. I could eat in there every night. Well, maybe eventually I get bored, but a good number. We went more than once, that's all I'll say, on that last cruise. So, yeah, I hope that helped. If you liked it and you want to see some more videos of mine, subscribe. If you have any questions, my email's coming up at the end of this in the comments. Well, not the comments, the end of the video. Please feel free to email me any questions you have. If I don't know the answer, I will find out from somebody that does, because I have connections. And if you want to send me your tips, I do a weekly tips video, please. I would love you to send me your tips. I will read them out live on the air, I promise. When I say live, I mean live. I do not read them in advance. I print them out. I have them upside down and I go live recording and I read them and I react. It seems to be better that way for me. And if you have any cruising traditions, like what do you do every time you cruise? Is there something you do every time? And as I've said many times in these videos, these inflatable ships above me, every time you cruise, I will go on a pub crawl and I will have all the bartenders sign that ship for me. They don't sell them anymore, and I've only got about 15 left. So, got to start thinking. In the corner up there, I got a Frisbee on the Conquest because the ship I took had a hole in it. And then somewhere up, behind the Frisbee, there's a whale. We got to sign a whale once. And then once I had to go into Cherry on Top and get a duck. And had everybody sign a duck. Needs must sometimes, but I like doing the inflatable ships. We will move on eventually. So yeah, subscribe, questions, tips, traditions. And with that, I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, Mick, at elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.